Okay, so I think we'll get started since it's 8 o'clock. And like I said, I want to be cognizant of everybody's time. And I definitely want to kind of welcome everybody to the 2020 SCTCC Student Recognition Event. I'm Sean Keeley. If you don't know me, I am the interim campus life director here at SCTCC. And I really want to thank you for joining us in this virtual format. I know it's not ideal, just kind of like everything else over the last couple months, which seems a lot longer than a couple months, but just like everything else over the last couple months, we've had to adjust on the fly and kind of make some changes. And I really want to thank you all for being so amenable to that and responding and willing to be a part of this. So before we kind of get going with that, I'll kind of give you a little preview of what today's going to entail. So here's kind of the program of what's going on today. As we kind of recognize the students who have left a lasting impact on the SCTCC community, whether that be in their programs, in a club, in the classroom, or what have you. We want to recognize those students. Like I said, we're in this virtual format. It's a big adjustment from the normal recognition event that we hold. But regardless, we want to recognize those students. So students, as you're listening to this, know that this event is for you. It's designed for you to recognize all of those achievements and to honor the things you have done to make the Cyclone community a better place. Okay? With that, you all of the students here, those of you who are able to attend right now, as well as the ones who may have to watch after the fact, I should tell you all, this is being recorded, so that if those faculty, staff, and especially the students who weren't able to make it for whatever reasons, class, work, whatever, can watch it as well, so that they can share in that same recognition. But all of the students, if you're watching this live right now, I can tell you that you all exemplify and carry the traits that leave a positive impact, not only on us as faculty and staff, but your peers as well. And that's definitely going to be evident in the words you hear me say throughout the next hour or so, and even an impact on the future students that we have come through SCTCC. Okay, and that impact is not something that we take lightly at all, and that's what this event is about, is to show you how much we appreciate what you have done for us as a community on this campus. Okay? So as we go forward, like I said, you can see kind of the outline of what the program in front of you. I know I asked a lot of you students for pictures throughout the week. If you don't see a picture of yourself, I apologize for the short notice on that a little bit. I used a stock photo, so hope that fits kind of the program, the area of what it is. So hopefully that works. I'm also going to do my best, absolutely, with a lot of the name pronunciations. I've been working, that was the part I worked on a lot yesterday. But everything you hear me say from this point forward is going to be the words of the person who nominated you for this recognition. So everything that you see on the screen in their words, everything you hear come out of my mouth basically for the next hour is going to be their words. And I hope that you find their words as touching as I have in reading them and putting all of this together. So without any further ado on that, we will get started. So first up, we have Matthew Evans. So Matthew was nominated by our Collegiate DECA club advisor, Becky Shand, who described Matt as a supporter, motivator, and true leader of not just the fellow DECA members, but all the activities that benefit students on this campus. And to that end, he was a central figure in spearheading the SCTCC DECA coaching and DECA drills on campus for business students, which is a very big deal. Last year in 2019 at the state DECA event, Matt earned a second place finish in professional sales and then parlayed that into a top 10 finish when he went to the international DECA competition in Orlando, Florida. Came back this year and topped it. He finished first in professional sales, and he did it with an entirely new presentation, which earned him another spot at the International Collegiate DECA event this year, in this spring. Doing all of that, he did it while being a full-time student, a chapter officer. He works part-time in sales. And when he graduates, as you can see on the screen, he's going to be a sales professional at Mies Outland and will very likely be extremely successful if his DECA finishes are any indication, which I believe they are. So Matt, Collegiate DECA, Becky, all of them want to just tell you congratulations. You have been an outstanding member. Good luck. And we have no doubt that you are going to be extremely successful. Next up, nominated by our assessment coordinator, Nathan Jacobson, we have Faisa Omar. So Nathan describes Faisa as a leader in the classroom on campus. And Nathan has worked with Faisa very, very closely over her time here on this campus. She's been an active participant in many school events, many of which don't take place during the day, which is a big commitment a lot of time for students. That includes our multicultural night here at SCTCC, as well as partnered events over at St. Cloud State with the Oromo night, Somali night, and Ebony night. And again, taking time out of her day to be a part of those events and to help coordinate a lot of that stuff is a very, very worthy accomplishment. Her leadership also extends beyond the classroom as well, as she takes what she's taken from this campus, and she works over at the St. Cloud Boys and Girls Club on the South Side, and she is the director of the Learning Center. And one of her big productions over there that has earned her a lot of accolades is her creation of a mock trial event for those Boys and Girls Club students, which has been very popular amongst the students and everyone involved in the Boys and Girls Club over there. That recognition of her work also extends to the classroom here as well, as Nathan describes her as a student who is as hardworking as anyone you'll find on this campus. So Faisa, it is with great honor that we recognize what you have done, not just for the SCTCC community on campus, but the future Cyclones off campus that may come here in the future. Next up, we have Jessica Busby. So Jessica is a member of the leadership of the Student Veterans of America Club as their treasurer, and was nominated by one of the club's advisors, Brian Volkmuth. Jessica also happens to be the club president of another club, the Support Our Students, or SOS Club, a student group that she is a vital part in launching. And I personally have had the chance to work closely with her on some of that. Jessica has an incredible passion and drive to address the insecurities that students face across our campus, specifically in regards to food, personal hygiene, and safe and affordable access to those for SCTCC students. And this passion and effort on Jessica's part has led to a very big increase in awareness about those issues at all levels on campus, from students to staff, faculty, all the way up the chain to the leadership of our campus. Okay. Like I said, I've had the chance to work with Jessica very closely over the last few months, and I can tell you that, as Brian states, her passion has led to so many positive changes amongst this campus and will continue to. And those changes are very much appreciated amongst the student veterans, the Support Our Students, and the faculty and staff who get the chance to work with her. Okay, next up, we have Tiffany Loehrer. So Tiffany is the president of our Phi Theta Kappa, or PTK club, which is our honor club on campus. So Tiffany took on the role of president last fall, and over the course of the last year, through all of the changes that have existed with going from in-person face-to-face to virtual format, she has been an exemplary leader of the club, including next week will be the PTK induction ceremony as well, which she will be a part of. Like I said, all of those changes, everything that's been thrown at her, recruiting new students, and reaching out to students about the benefits of PTK, Phi Theta Kappa, has been described by the PTK club advisor, Kirby Platt, as exemplary. Kirby was the one who nominated Tiffany. All through that, even through all this work, she maintained a full-time course load here and at SCSU, as well as working at Starbucks here at SCTCC and over at Target. These changes and adjustments have been described as not easy for many of the club advisors to throw on their club presidents, as they hold a lot of events at the end of the year, such as this upcoming PTK induction. And Tiffany, Kirby just wants to express just how grateful he is for all of the hard work and effort you have expended in benefiting Phi Theta Kappa across this campus. Next up, we have 2 nominations from our scenography program. Okay, both of them were nominated by the scenography faculty as a whole. So we have Lynn Nelson and we have Danielle Castro. So I'll start with Danielle. Danielle was the scenography club president and Lynn was the scenography club vice president. So as the 2 leaders in that club, they did a fantastic job leading the club activities on campus and off campus. They were highly regarded amongst their peers as well as their club advisor, Jeff Gunderson. So they earned praise for their positive attitude, both Danielle and Lynn, as well as their desire and willingness to continually grow from every opportunity that was thrown at them, either in the classroom or as members of the club. And the way they encouraged and were an ally to their peers and classmates was highly regarded amongst the scenography faculty. Okay. All of this extra mile work to be so highly regarded and help others, along with helping each other and themselves, is the impact that the scenography club says they will leave behind on that program for years to come. And on top of that, they both did it with families of their own and went the extra mile to be successful in this chosen profession. So Danielle and Lynn, the scenography faculty wants to say, thank you. Your impact will not be forgotten anytime soon. Next up, we have a nomination from our marketing office, who have nominated their student worker, Jasmine Pelzer. So Jasmine has been a staple and key component of the marketing office at SCTCC with her versatility and ability to help out in many different capacities. So she designed posters, posted on Instagram and social media accounts for the department, and did a lot of great work in doing all of that. Beyond doing those things, as Jasmine meets with other departments and areas on campus in her role in that from the marketing office, she's been an excellent representative for everything they stand for. And that tireless work and that support for the marketing office, but also the marketing of everywhere on campus. If you've been on the campus somewhere at some point in the last year, 2 years, you've probably seen some poster that Jasmine made somewhere, whether on the walls of the school, on the bookstore. You have very likely seen something she has designed and done. And that work and that tireless effort will be very sorely missed, not just amongst the marketing department, but also amongst, the students whose work and the areas of the school who have used Jasmine's help in the past. So our marketing department, Kate Wallace and Matt Klinkhammer, just wanted to say to Jasmine, you will be sorely missed by everyone. Next up, we have one from the dental hygiene program, Chris Stockwell. So Chris was the president of our Student American Dental Hygienists Association and has done an outstanding job in being that president. He was nominated by their club advisor, Mary LeBlanc, and being recognized for his outstanding work with the club, but also with his peers in the dental hygiene program. So the exemplary work Chris did included organizing many community outreach opportunities for his classmates and was being a class leader in all of the events that they do. Okay, keeping track of assignments, keeping classmates on task and on time, and was always someone those students could come to for help, keeping their eye on the ball for everything. Being that shoulder to lean on earned him a lot of praise, not just from the club advisors, but also his peers as well. He gave great technology advice for both students and educators as well. And that was singled out as something Chris excelled at. So Chris, the dental hygiene faculty and club, just want to tell you, you will be missed, and thank you for everything you have done for that program and for the SCTCC campus. Next, we have another one with 2 nominations, this one coming from our trio or leadership club, Brigitte Klemek and then Danica Peterson, They are the co-founders and co-presidents of that student leadership club on the SCTCC campus. So, and they have earned acclaim from that trio program, and the person who nominated them, Steve Nussbaum, who's the club advisor for the leadership club, for their work in welcoming and engaging students in the program, which is something that nobody around that club takes very lightly in what Danica and Brigitte have done for them in welcoming them and keeping them engaged in all of it. It has benefited Trio and it has benefited the Leader Club in ways that go far beyond the classroom. They both bring a great deal of enthusiasm to the table, which is contagious amongst the people that they meet, but also they bring a bright light to the SCTCC campus that does not go unnoticed by the people that they don't interact with necessarily in the Trio or leadership club areas. And they often go out of their way to do these things for people, which is another quality that we want, that is exactly what should be recognized here today. Okay, so Brigitte, Danica, the Leadership Club wants to tell you your efforts will be very sorely missed as you move on, and the club is very appreciative and proud of everything you have done and everything you will accomplish going forward. Okay. Next comes a nomination from our computer programming instructor, Dylan Edwards, who nominated one of his students, Darian Lehman Plantenberg. So Darian takes great pride in helping out his fellow computer programming students, and even his instructor sometimes, in troubleshooting the problems, issues, and bugs that naturally arrive when you develop software in that computer programming program. It's a skill that requires, a lot of imagination and creativity, and Darian has that in spades, as described by Dylan, especially for those who are still learning how to do it. So Darian's willingness, knowledge, and passion for software development and computer programming is evident to all of those who interact with them. And beyond doing that, he's very humble about it all. And that's what endears him to his faculty and to his peers. That passion for going above and beyond is also something that endears Darian to the entire computer programming program. And every single one of them has expressed that Darian is going to be on his way to very, very great things in his future. And to use Dylan's exact phrase, there's no doubt that you will go on to do great things as an SCTCC alumnus. The next part of our program, the next student we'd like to recognize is Garrett Denny. So Garrett was a student in our Associate of Arts program, but tragically on December 8th in 2019, Garrett passed away. He's remembered fondly amongst his classmates, instructors, and all across the SCTCC campus, and of course, amongst his friends and family as well. Garrett's positive impact is said to have made the lives of those who met him and were around him so much better, and that type of impact is sorely missed without him. We'd like to recognize Garrett posthumously for the impact he left in his short time here at SCTCC, and as such, we're also going to take a moment of silence in honor of Garrett Denny as we remember him. Okay, we're gonna move on to the volleyball section. So this one, because there are 9 of them, I am going to do this in 3 groups of 3, and then I'll get to the entire expression of what their coach, Heidi Smith, had to say about them at the end of that. So first, I'll let you know who all 9 of these volleyball players are. So all of them nominated again by their coach, Heidi Smith. So first we have Tiana Wilson, who is a right side hitter who will be pursuing the dental program right here at SCTCC. Next up, we've also got Hannah Town, who was an outside right side hitter who will continue at St. Cloud State for pre-optometry. And then there's also Tori Nelson, who is a libero, who will be continuing her volleyball career and her education at Arizona Christian University, where she plans on majoring in sports management. The next 3, we've got Megan Schoberg, who is a outside hitter, who will continue her education here at SCTCC in accounting. We've got Riley Hobain, who is a middle hitter who will continue her education and volleyball career at Montana State University Billings, where Riley plans to major in business management. And then we've got Grace Mauersberger, who is an outside hitter who continues forward with playing volleyball as well as her collegiate education in psychology at a 4-year school next year. The other 3, keep going. We've got Madison Hall, a middle hitter who will be completing her AA degree and then applying to flight attendant training. We've got Paige Service, a setter who will be moving on to Hamline University to continue her education for physical education, and will also play volleyball in her time at Hamline. And then lastly, certainly not least, there's Jenna Scott, who is a setter who will be attending St. Cloud State to continue her education, pursuing a degree in elementary education. Okay. Now I'm going to actually get to all the nice things your coach had to say about you. Okay, so in her words, you were an amazing group to work with these last 2 years. In that time, you accumulated 30 wins, and you broke numerous records, such as team digs per set and team hitting percentage. And Riley even broke the single match hitting percentage record. This group of 9 came to SCTCC as first-year players with no sophomore leadership. And now they exemplify exactly what it means to be leaders on the court and off the court. Every single one of these 9 standout players earned all conference academic honors and truly exemplifies and set a new bar for what it means to be a student athlete. Your leadership, dedication, entertaining personalities, and everything you have done as a Cyclone will be greatly missed, not only in the volleyball program, but at SCTCC as a whole. But that said, great things are in store for every single one of the 9 of you. Remember, once a Cyclone, always a Cyclone, and you will all be greatly missed. All right, next up, we actually have Danica again, who got nominated by another faculty member, this time one of our liberal arts instructors, Jennifer Evans, who nominated Danica for her role in the college at large. So I'm going to highlight some of the things I didn't highlight about Danica before. So Danica in 2019 was awarded the college's Access STEM Scholarship, which in partnership with St. Cloud State helps students pursuing an education in science, technology, engineering, and the mathematics fields. And Danica's future plans include continuing her biology pathway at St. Cloud State. Beyond that involvement in TRIO and the Leadership Club that I've already stated, Danica is a member of our Honor Society, PTK, has made the president's list twice, and is a non-active member of the SOS Club that was described before. She also has been a peer mentor in the Advising Center and worked in the bookstore. So she has been involved in so many different things across this campus. All of those things have led to this recognition of Danica as for everything she's been involved in. And again, being involved in so many areas, she's been able to touch so many different lives around the SCTCC campus. And Danica, we all just want to say thank you for everything you've done to make this community better. Next up, we have Jessica Reynolds and Angelique Wall, who are 2 students who are leaders in our nursing club. So Jessica and Angelique took over the lead roles within that nursing club, and their club advisor, Terry Larson, describes them as individuals who have gone well above and beyond the expectations that are set for students who take over the roles that Jessica and Angelique did. They've led their peers and classmates through a huge transition. Again, transitioning from face-to-face to virtual environment. Jessica and Angelique have been leaders in that transition. And this very much includes the virtual pinning ceremony that normally is a very large in-person event that we hold over at the River's Edge Convention Center, and this year had to go virtual. That momentous occasion, Jessica and Angelique's efforts have made that event extra special and happen in many ways for everyone. And that level of leadership in times of change is described as unique. And the nursing club and everyone involved with that wants to express their gratitude and recognition of everything the 2 of you have done to make things possible for them. So Jessica and Angelique, thank you. The next 3 slides all come from our marketing and design program, so our advertising program. So I did them in pairs here, and they're all part of our student-led advertising agency, the Northway Group. Their faculty in that program, Cheryl Workman and Jeff Palm, nominated each of the 6 students you're about to see on the next 3 slides. And we'll start with the first 2 here, Dylan and Rose. So beginning with Dylan, Dylan is described as the kind of guy any company would be lucky to have. His ability to take newer students under his wing and willingness to be a key point of contact for his peers, regardless of the topic, is exemplary. Dylan was the CEO of the Northway Group and always asked the right questions, leading the meetings in an efficient and effective way that led to a high level of execution amongst the group. For Rose, Rose is also a leader within that student-led advertising agency, the Northway Group. She coordinated their meetings, calendars, and ran the day-to-day operations, which is no easy task. Impressively, Rose does all of this while working multiple jobs, staying on top of everything in her schoolwork, and doesn't miss a beat in doing so, which rubs off on everybody around her. This multitasking ability and this ability to plan and keep everyone going is what Rose brings to the table and will make her a great asset to anyone and any place she goes in the future. The next two of the nominees from that department are Rebecca Erickson and Logan Herbst. So Becca, we'll start with her, started as a project manager in the Northway Group, and then moved herself all the way up to a CEO position, in no small part due to her exceptional organizational skill set that kept the group on track for everything and anything that was needed. Another key component that made Becca's transition simple within the group is her get it done attitude. That grit and that tenacity is what makes Becca an asset that the group sorely needed. For Logan, since the first day he arrived at SCTCC, he has excelled in every single way. And it was a no-brainer giving Logan a leadership role within the Northway Group, as described by his faculty. When his peers are looking for assistance with their designs, Logan is the one who steps up and shares his knowledge, fostering an environment of further creativity that benefits everyone involved. With those creative skills and his design knowledge, it's clear to everyone that Logan is headed for very great things in his future as well. And the last two of our 6 from the advertising group and the Northway Group are Bridget Brew and Shane Ruprecht. So starting with Bridget, she may, as described, she may seem quiet and reserved, but it's a quality that allows her to observe, take in everything around her, and impresses everyone she meets. These observations and Bridget's ability to quickly process that information allows her to have a sophistication that is well beyond anything expected from the Northway Group when it comes to how she presents herself, her questions, and what she says in general. Bridget's role within the group was as the social media and web handler. And she took that piece of the puzzle to a level that exceeds beyond what anything that could be expected within that role. To say Bridget will be missed when she leaves would be a very big understatement. And for Shane joined the program in 2019 after a hiatus, but he seamlessly transitioned back in, and he left a big impact in doing so. His relaxed energy allowed the students to gravitate to him immediately. And as such, Shane became quite a resource for them in his time at SCTCC, leaving a big impact in that capacity. He might have a lot of work for himself sometimes, but he's always willing to help someone else out. And that's a quality that has been described as cannot be overlooked. His determination in finding ways to get something done, especially when he doesn't know the answer, is another quality that endears Shane to his peers and everyone else he comes across. So Dylan, Rose, Becca, Logan, Bridget, and Shane, each of you will be greatly missed in your work in making the Northway Group and the advertising program at SCTCC a much, much better place. Next up, we have another larger group. This is a group of nominations that come from our dental assisting program. So there's 7 of them. So I'll go through who all of the students are, and then similar to what I did with the volleyball players, I'll kind of describe the overall whole of the kind words that were expressed about you as a group. So on this first slide, we have Peyton, Hannah, Callie, and Christina. Okay, all 4 again who are part of the dental assisting program, and we're all nominated by the faculty in that program. The other 3 of the 7 are Kelsey, Kayla, and Kyla. Now, as far as what makes this group of 7 so special, get to that on the next slide. So the 7 of you here. Each and every one of the 7 of you is very highly regarded by that dental assisting faculty. They are Each hard workers, and each is the driving force behind why they're so successful, sometimes individually, but oftentimes as a group. They impact each other, they impact their classmates, and they impact anyone and everyone they come into contact with positively. And in leaving that mark, they leave the program in a much better place than they came into it and on into the future. All 7 of them are currently in internships, and all 7 of them are excelling immensely at those internships, leaving no doubt that once those internships are over, they will continue to excel in their futures as well. So Peyton, Hannah, Callie, Christina, Kelsey, Kayla, and Kyla, we just want to say thank you. You will be missed, but you have amazing things headed for you in your futures. Okay. We've actually made through this much quicker than I thought we would. So the final recognitions are awards from our athletic department. And we're going to start actually with the Scholar Athlete of the Year award. So this year's recipient of the Scholar Athlete of the Year award is, now's the time I wish I put a drum roll sound effect in here. Our Scholar Athlete of the Year award is Jenna Scott. So Jenna, again, is a Cyclone volleyball player from Holdingford, Minnesota. Jenna was a captain on that Cyclone volleyball team that was the regional runner-up this past year. And Jenna actually graduated with her AA degree back in December and will earn her coaching certificate this spring, completing both of them with a 4.0 GPA. As mentioned before, Jenna is planning to move on to SCSU to pursue a bachelor's degree in elementary education, which everybody involved with the athletic department believes Jenna will be extremely successful with going forward. So everybody involved in athletics and across this campus wants to congratulate you, Jenna, on being named SCTCC's Scholar Athlete of the Year. And then lastly, we have the John Haller Athlete of the Year Awards. So these awards are presented to the male and female athlete who best exemplify the qualities of a Cyclone: superior competitor, quality student, and outstanding citizen. And we're going to start with the John Haller Male Athlete of the Year Award, in which we actually have co-winners. So first up, from our men's basketball team, we have Taye Carter from St. Paul, Minnesota. Again, a men's basketball player here at SCTCC. So during his time here, Taye and the Cyclones won back-to-back conference titles, and Taye himself leads the program as the all-time leading rebounder. This year, Taye was part of the Cyclone team that earned the first trip for SCTCC to the NJCAA National Tournament. But Taye wasn't just great on the court. Off the court, his academic excellence shined bright as well, earning a 3.84 GPA during his time here at SCTCC, and his leadership in the classroom left a lasting impact, not just on himself, but on his teammates as well. Taye is also known as an amazing person and teammate who kept the level of competition in practice and games high at all times. So we want to congratulate Taye on this honor. Joining him as a co-winner of the John Haller Male Athlete of the Year is baseball player Will Funk from Sauk Center. So as a member of our Cyclone baseball team, Will is a captain. So along those lines, Will has actually been noted as one of the best leaders in the program's history in his time as a Cyclone. As a freshman, Will was a first-team All-American and was a key component in leading the Cyclones to a regional runner-up finish in 2019. Off the field, Will also was excellent, showing that excellence through his coursework, earning a 3.97 GPA, and will be completing his electrical construction degree here in May. So Will, we congratulate you as well as Taye on being co-winners of the John Haller Male Athlete of the Year. Which leads us to the final award, which would be the John Haller Female Athlete of the Year Award. And our recipient for that award is none other than a volleyball player, Paige Service, from Olivia, Minnesota. So Paige was actually on both the Cyclone volleyball team and the Cyclone softball teams during her time at SCTCC. As a softball player, Paige was on the 2019 team that won the Region 13A tournament. In total across both sports, Paige participated in 3 regional tournaments, earned Player of the Week honors, and all conference honors. Her positive attitude has also earned her a lot of praise in her athletic endeavors, as well as off the field and off the court as well. Paige is a great student off the court and off the field, earning a 3.71 GPA, and will graduate this May with her AA degree. And as described before, she's going to continue her academic and volleyball career at Hamline University in the fall. And beyond that, even in her free time, Paige bakes and decorates cakes. Just another example of her versatile skill set. So Paige, we congratulate you and on your well-deserved honor as the 2020 John Haller Female Athlete of the Year. So that wraps up all of the recognitions and honors we have this morning. All of you who received recognition today as students will be receiving a certificate of honor in the mail in the coming weeks. And I hope that hearing the words of whoever nominated you, faculty, staff, club advisor, or whomever it was, those words that came out of my mouth but were really from them, I hope those words truly touched you as much as they did me as I read them about each of you. And I hope each and every one of you truly knows the impact you have made on the Cyclone community in such a positive fashion. You all leave that lasting mark on SCTCC, and that impact will last long after you have all gone on to bigger and better things in your lives. So again, as I did at the top, I want to thank each and every one of you that has attended today, whether you're a student, faculty, or staff member, or whomever. I want to thank you for attending today. Each of you is responsible for making this SCTCC campus what it is, a place of excellence. So students, I just want to congratulate you. I thank you for everything you have done for the SCTCC community. And knowing that there's a week to go before finals, I want to wish every single one of you good luck with your upcoming finals. And if you're graduating, with your upcoming future. I have no doubt that each of you is going to move on to some amazing, amazing things. So that ends the program I have today. We kept it under an hour, so you have a little extra time here. So have a fantastic day and on into the rest of the weekend. And any questions, concerns, please let me know. Again, if you know of people who weren't able to attend today, this is being recorded and we are going to post it so that those who could not watch can watch after the fact and still receive that recognition. But this ends the program. Congratulations and thank you.